Welcome back, my friends.
Of course. It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? How do you feel? It's not every day one absorbs ancient elven magic.
I've been dizzy for hours, and every now and then I still hear voices.
You may be experiencing mana imbalance. As you know, anything that alters your capacity to draw on Fade energy has damaging effects on the body. This would be the most extreme example I've seen. It will take time to recover. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes.
Thanks, Vivian. That doesn't really make me feel much better about the voices in my head, you know.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves. A piece of history. Something the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
Someone with your impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
I believe in you, Dorian. You can do it. You can transform Tevinter. And Critfield Club Wolf, it takes place in Minrathous primarily, and it follows the Lucerni. Like, the player characters join the Lucerni. How many times can I plug my podcast?
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
The world could certainly use the force for good you describe.
Yes, the Chantry should be a force for good instead of what it is. The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved, unconditionally. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Oh, Leona, I love you so much. I love you so much, Lils. Did you ever change? You're perfect. You're perfect and wonderful. Oh god. Who else do we need to talk to? Helen. Sarah. Cole. I think that's it. Oh, Cassandra. Yeah, Cassandra, definitely.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
He'll hide. What other choice does he have?
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
You don't seem concerned about that.
I'm terrified. Yet I have faith in you. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
We still have to beat Corypheus.
I have not forgotten. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Aww. I'm just so soft about literally every single character. Well, most characters. I'm sort of ambivalent about Cullen, but, you know, as long as he's here, I might as well talk to him. Hey, buddy.
Samson took everything from those Templars. He corrupted their souls, twisted them into everything they stood against, everything they would have hated.
I know the Red Templars fight for Corypheus, but I feel sorry for them.
They're barely human now. The Red Lyrium left Samson's mind unaltered. He knew what he was doing, and he dares speak as though it were a mercy? The man's a monster. Dagna is far too kind a jailer for the likes of him.
You knew Samson. You don't feel even a little sympathy for him.
I may have once, but after what he's done, my sympathies lie with those he betrayed. They will extend no further. The Red Templars needed to be torn down. We've broken Corypheus's army. I might have known some of them. If my life had gone differently, I might have been one of them. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you had not been at the Conclave? If you'd never become the Inquisitor?
Sometimes. My life would be less complicated, less dangerous.
Or it could be worse. There would still be chaos, and that was meant to sound comforting. I can see how it wouldn't. At all. You've led us this far. Many owe you their lives. Whether or not the Makers sent you, you are needed here.
I think we actually need to talk to him twice. I think he has a second scene. We'll come back around. So I want to talk to everybody. Starting with my baby boy. My sweet spirit son. My favorite boy.
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
Don't thank me, Cole. You never have to thank me for anything. I love you so much. Oh, sweet boy. Sweet, perfect child. Never done anything wrong in his life. Well, that's not true if he killed 100 people or something. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
Oh, hi, yeah. Listen, stand there. Right there. Now, about Mythal.
Sarah, I don't know what reaction you want, but can this be it so we can be done?
All right. So maybe it's still you. Someone needed to do something. I mean, you went wading into a well of sorrows. Who hears that and thinks, well, Dunkerbutt, let's have a go? Even mad old Abelas said elves destroyed themselves. The only believable bit in a sea of clear demon bait. It makes messing with their relics real stupid. So, test done, you're still you. We can leave these lies behind.
You seem pretty certain. You don't believe anything from Mythal.
Course not. What, I should believe all that stuff? Because elves? I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw...
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. I get it. You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
Well, it works for you, so I'm in good company.
Words are dumb. Haven't had an argument yet I can't end with arrows. Let me know when you want me to discuss it with Cariffi shit.
Yeah, will do, Sarah. Oh god, is there anyone else we can talk to?
We'll make good use of it.
Anyone else? Varric doesn't have a scene. Blackwall, you have to finish the dragon. No, you know what? No. But let's talk to Cullen again. I don't want to talk to Solus. I don't want. Like, just in general, I don't want to talk to Solus, but also like in this specific conversation, I really don't want to have. Because Lannon is my OC and I love him and it hurts him.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you.
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
Unless he gets bored and surrenders. Any chance of that?
I doubt it.
Okay. Fine. Let's talk to Solus, I guess. Can't talk to anyone else. We're all fucking out of cutscenes.
Strangest things, Inquisitor. Interesting altogether.
Why did you not bring me to the Temple of Mythal? I could have warned you.
Warned me?
You gave yourself into the service of an ancient elven god!
You don't even believe in the ancient elven gods.
I don't believe they were gods, no, but I believe that they existed. Something existed to start the legends. If not gods, then mages, or spirits, or something we've never seen. And you are bound to one of them now. I suppose it is better you have the power than Corypheus. Which leads to the next logical question.
What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I love how no matter what you say, he misinterprets it.
This war proved that we can't go back to the way things were. I'll try to help this world move forward.
You would risk everything you have in the hope that the future is better. What if it isn't? What if you wake up to find the future you shaped is worse than what was?
I'll take a breath, see where things went wrong, and then try again.
Just like that.
If we don't keep trying, we'll never get it right.
So go ahead and commit genocide, Solus.
You're
It's
right.
fine.
Thank you.
For what?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You have offered hope. That if one keeps trying, even if the consequences are grave, that someday things will be better. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
You're being grim and fatalistic in hope of getting me into bed, aren't you?
I am grim and fatalistic. Getting you into bed is just an enjoyable side benefit. Come with me, Vanan.
Yeah, come with him. Come with him, Vanan. Alright, let's get Lannon fucking traumatized again. Sure, why not? For those of you who don't know how Solus's romance ends, I won't elaborate. But after the scene, I will explain the subtle differences between what you just saw and what happened in the CFC Wolf canon. Because there are some differences, some pretty substantial differences, but not as many as you might think. Not as many as you might fucking think.
The veil is thin here. Can you feel it on your skin, tingling? I was trying to determine some way to show you what you mean to me.
I'm listening, and I can offer a few suggestions.
I shall bear that in mind. For now, the best gift I can offer is the truth. You are unique. In all Thedas, I never expected to find someone who could draw my attention from the Fade. You have become important to me. More important than I could have imagined.
As you are to me.
Then what I must tell you, the truth. Your face, the Valasleen. In my journeys in the Fade, I have seen things. I have discovered what those marks mean.
They honor the
No,
elven gods.
They are slave markings, or at least they were in the time of ancient Alathan.
My clan's keeper said they honored the gods. These are their symbols.
Yes, that's right. A noble would mark his slaves to honor the god he worshipped. After Alathan fell, the Dalish forgot.
So this is... what? Just one more thing the Dalish got wrong?
I'm sorry.
We tried to preserve our culture, and this is what we keep? Relics of a time when we were no better than Tevinter?
Don't say that. For all they got wrong, the Dalish did one thing right. They made you. I didn't tell you this to hurt you. If you like, I know a spell. I can remove the Valasleen.
These marks have been a part of me for so long. I don't know if...
I'm so sorry for causing you pain. It was selfish of me. I look at you and I see what you truly are. And you deserve better than what those cruel marks represent.
Then cast your spell. Take away the Valasleen.
Sit. Alasa Malarevas. You are free. You are so beautiful. And I am sorry. I distracted you from your duty. It will never happen again.
Wait, what? You bring me here, take the Valisline from my face, and now you just end it?
I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you.
Well, we don't always get what we want, do we?
I will see you back at Skyhold.
So, in the Critfield Club Wolf timeline, like, the scene was pretty similar. Lannon and Solus had been dancing around this no homo, maybe homo, like, gray area for months. And Solus was still upset and still devastated when Lannon drank the Avera Balasan. And he did tell him about the Valisline. He did remove the Valisline. And the moment was so raw and intimate for Lannon. And then Solus said, "You are free. You are so beautiful." And then fucking no homoed out one more time. And Lannon, it was especially devastating at that moment because Lannon felt so raw. Like, he just learned a horrible fact about his culture. He marked himself with the marks that used to be on the faces of slaves. And right at that moment, Solus just peaced out again. And it was fucking devastating. And now Lannon doesn't have a Valisline. And his face looks weird. And it feels weird. And everything is terrible. He hates it here. He hates this